you're about to hear isn't a theory. It's a first-hand, under-oath testimony that pulls back the curtain on the single most corrupt political machine we've ever seen in our lifetimes. And it explains a lot of what's happening right now. Part 1, the January 6th blueprint. It was always turning point. Manhattan Madam is a political publicist with 16 years experience inside the conservative movement. She sat before the January 6th committee and told a story that should have been front page news for weeks. She didn't plead the fifth, she laid it all out. And here's the core of her testimony, and man, is it explosive.
Everybody drop your city in the chat, drop your city in the chat, drop your city, drop your city, drop your city in the chat. This is about to be a good one. Hit the like button, drop your city in the chat. Let's get it.
First, the lie. We were told January 6th was a grassroots, organic movement of patriots. That was a lie. It was a professionally planned and lavishly funded operation. The orchestrator, the main funder and organizer, according to her sworn testimony, was Turning Point USA. This is the group that masquerades as campus activism for freedom and limited government. They are, in fact, the architects of an attempted coup, which brings me to the price tag. She was directly told that January 6th cost $650,000. Of that, $450,000 came directly from Turning Point, which was used for the leverage. That money wasn't for setting stages and sound systems.
What's up, Nicole? I ain't seen you in a minute.
It was a political weapon. Turning Point used that financial muscle as leverage to get a yes from the president to step on stage. They didn't just support the president, they procured him for the event that would ignite the insurrection. Let that sink in. The dopey smiling, clean-cut Charlie Kirk, the one who debated college kids, was a central banker for an attack on our Capitol. This wasn't a protest that got out of hand. It was a calculated investment in chaos. And what was the return on that investment? Manhattan Madam spells it out. This was their political birth. To quote her, this is when they came into their political power. Turning Point faith was started after this. This is when all the grifters started, unquote. The period from 2021 onward saw an explosion of conferences, revivals, and movements. All of them, in her words, grifts designed to monetize the anger that they helped create.
The monetizing of the anger. I talked about this, I would say, a month ago. And a lot of people said, no, you're reaching. Who is this woman? She's lying. Well, guess what? I now found the video of Manhattan Madam saying this with her own words. But before I play her video, we got to play Hit the Like button. So drop your sit in the chat and hit the like button. We'll be right back.
Everybody, everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. What? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. What? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city. Wet. Drop your city in the chat. What? Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat.
All right, so let's get to it. This is absolutely crazy. And the more I go deeper in the rabbit hole, drop the rabbit hole emoji in the chat. Drop the rabbit hole emoji in the chat also. The more or the farther I go down this rabbit hole, the more things that I find, and it's absolutely crazy. And a lot of this has been blamed on Erica Kirk. And just for the record, I think Erica Kirk is the spawn of Satan. So I'm not taking no smoke away from Erica Kirk. But the farther I go in this rabbit hole, the more I realize that it wasn't that Erica Kirk was this terrible problem or evil monster. It was also Charlie Kirk. For months, we've been like, oh my God, why in the world would Charlie Kirk want to pick this disgusting, terrible woman to be his wife? And then we'll hear about Tyler Boyer. We'll hear about Blake Neff. And for those who don't know, Blake Neff in particular, he got accused of being this racist. That was because he used to work for Tucker Carlson, and he got fired for his racist remarks. So literally every person at Turning Point USA in some type of way was or is some type of weird PDF file or racist or just terrible piece of crap, right? Everybody except for Charlie Kirk. So I am here once again to let y'all know that I personally think Charlie Kirk was the brainchild of all of this debauchery and not Erica Kirk. I can't stand Erica Kirk, but I think it's because Charlie Kirk made her, or I would say sided with her, and they collaborated in this mess. So here goes the proof that Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA, not Erica Kirk, because she wasn't the CEO, but Charlie Kirk funded J6.
For the January 6th committee. People that didn't plead the fifth, that knew about the funding and the organization behind the event. Most of you don't know that Turning Point was one of the main funders and the main organizers behind January 6th. In fact, they were the ones who asked and got the president onto the stage. Most of what I'm going to say, only a handful of people know, and most of them aren't talking because they grifted and scammed off the event, so they have some liability there. For context, I've been a political publicist for 16 years, representing many high-profile people on the right. In December of 2020, I was approached by a woman who wanted to book Roger Stone on a stage on January 5th. She said she had a permit for an event in Freedom Plaza in DC. This woman...
And just for the record, this is the Manhattan Madam. Go follow the Manhattan Madam. The Manhattan Madam. This woman did a certain amount of years in prison for, of course, being a madam. She was over a flock of, escorts or whatever, and she went to prison for, a lot of different things. And while she was a madam, just thinking about what a madam, not a prostitute, but what a madam is exposed to. Hundreds, maybe thousands of rich, affluent men looking for escorts, high-end escorts. So some of y'all may say, well, who is this woman and how did she know? Well, she was in the mix of all of the stuff from the other side of all of this. And I'm not saying she was trafficked or doing anything like that, but because being a pimp or a broker is not always trafficking, because that's the taking this person from this side of the city or world. I mean, from one state to another, or from one country to the other. If you are a broker of this, hey, I got this chick that's down to do anything. You want to hit her up, and I hook that person up with her. That's pimping, or something, brokering, I would say. So that doesn't mean she was this trafficker. Okay. I just want to say that, but I'm not saying she's good either, because she did her prison time. Okay. So she did her prison time. So whatever you want to think of her, she went to prison and she paid her dues. But I'm just trying to explain to y'all how she knew all this stuff. She was in the middle of everything because of what she was doing.
And had no connections and no other speakers, so she ended up hiring me to fill the entire stage and to do the PR. About a week into my planning, I learned that this woman didn't actually have the permit for the event. I got a call from Women for America First, who said she was a disgruntled ex-employee who illegally tried to change the permit, but they still had the permit. In fact, they had the permit for January 5th and January 6th. They were calling to offer me the permit because they still wanted the event to go on. I declined because I didn't want the liability, but they connected me with their fundraiser. Women for America First was not capable of raising the type of money needed to pull off both events. The fundraiser had one donor, and that donor had a...
Uh-oh. Let's see if I can read this. Fancelli budget and trip plan. A lot of this I'm not going to be able to see because I need glasses, and these are not prescription. I'm just wearing these, and I don't think I'm going to be able to read this anyway, but I'm going to make that bigger so I can read it. So as we go on, I'm going to use my phone to make that bigger.
List of people that she wanted to give money to, a list of people she felt like could do things for this cause, and people who had been censored that she wanted to give an opportunity to speak on stage, like Alex Jones and Roger Stone. At one point, I was told that the event on January 6th cost $650,000. 450 of that was being funded by Turning Point, and that Turning Point was using its leverage to get a yes from the president to step on the stage.
Y'all hear that? I have reading glasses. I just don't feel like wearing them, and I'm still not going to be able to read that. I can't see that well. But I'm going to make that bigger. So I'm not going to put on my glasses to see that because I'm not going to be able to see it anyway. It's too small. So once again, I just want to make sure, listen again.
At one point, I was told that the event on January 6th cost $650,000. 450 of that was being funded by Turning Point, and that Turning Point was using its leverage to get a yes from the president to step on the stage. I'm making this video now for all of you.
And remember, that's Charlie Kirk, not Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk is the CEO at this time. Charlie Kirk.
Who want to know what happened to Charlie Kirk. You really have to look back to when they came into their political power, because Turning Point Faith was started after this. This is when all of the grifters started. From 2021 onward, a number of conferences, revivals, things started, which were grifts. They started every month because people were angry, and this is when everyone saw an opportunity to make money. There's a lot more to this story, but this video is getting too long. If you liked it, leave me a comment below. I'm considering making some longer form content on it.
And I hit her up, and I haven't heard from her yet. So I'm going to see about trying to get her on, because I want to get some more information, because like I said, due to the fact that she was this madam, she may have seen everything that was going on out there in New York. So I wanted to show y'all that, and we're going to move on. But what do y'all think about that? Let's just start right there. What do y'all think about what she said? I believe her 1000%, because she has no reason to lie. She went to prison and everything. Like, somebody who went to prison and went through all this stuff, I don't think they have time to be sitting around just making up stories. For what? She's not even selling something. So why would she lie? And she's not even, it's not like at the end of the video she said, and by the way, buy my so-and-so, so there's no reason for her to lie. So some of y'all may think she's lying, but I don't think she's lying. So we're going to start there and continue here. I want to play this because this is actually hilarious, but this is the audio of Erica Kirk, but it's hilarious from this woman right here.
I still love all these emoji Zoom.
So I want y'all to look at that. Look at this. This is hilarious.
Hi, everybody. I still love all these emoji Zoom things. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and the stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million? We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say a huge, huge, huge thank you to the events team. My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead. And it puts life into perspective of how short life is and relationships.
So I just want to show y'all that because that cracked me up. All right. So I made this article bigger so we can actually read it and see if there's something that we can get from it. And while I do this, I want to show you this also. So let me share my screen. Let's see. All right, here we go. This is more information on Turning Point action. So this is because I actually started doing research on this to get more understanding of Turning Point USA, what exactly happened and why they did it. So let's see. Here we go.
$13,000 from July 2020 to June 20. Turning Point Action paid another $613,000 from July 2020 to June 2021 for videos and ad placement to Arsenal Media Group, a firm that touts its viral influencer network. Arsenal Media has faced mounting controversies, including scrutiny of its fundraising fees and criticism from disgruntled employees. Former employees of the firm have described the firm as a chaotic working environment, rife with internal bullying, toxic HR practices, and intense culture of secrecy, according to reporting by The Verge.
Can y'all hear this? Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear this. I just want to make sure y'all can hear this. So put a one in the chat if y'all can hear a guy talking. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear a guy talking. Okay, so y'all can hear it. All right, just to make sure. All right, here we go.
Turning Point Action paid another $613,000 from July 2020 to June 2021 for videos and ad placement to Arsenal Media Group, a firm that touts its viral influencer network. Arsenal Media has faced mounting controversies, including scrutiny of its fundraising fees and criticism from disgruntled employees. Former employees of the firm have described the firm as a chaotic working environment, rife with internal bullying, toxic HR practices, and intense culture of secrecy, according to reporting by The Verge. One of the firm's most recent controversies came in June of this year when a Republican consultant, listing himself as an employee of Arsenal Media and Turning Point, posted on social media calling for people to shoot to kill abortion rights protesters after the Supreme Court's overturning of Roe v. Wade. In its most recent tax return, Turning Point Action also reported paying $123,892 for first class and charter travel, but notes that the travel was reasonable and customary or necessary for logistical reasons under its policy.
So Wolves of Finance may want to look into January 6th. So I'm going to hit up Wolves of Finance to see if he knows anything about this, because this is on their tax returns, and to see if he wanted to go down that rabbit hole to see what's going on with that. All right, so let's get into this.
Because Charlie had to fly back to Palm Beach with the president.
All right, so right here, this is Erica Kirk standing up there like she is the damn Pope or something. And this is the damn problem that I have with Erica Kirk. If she were to just sit her ass down somewhere and act like a grieving widow, act like somebody's wife, act like somebody's mother, we all would leave her alone. But guess what? She doesn't want to. She wants to be in the middle of everything. Look at this damn woman. So this is Erica Kirk, and right next to her is the amazing Mikey McCoy. And listen to the conversation. He literally says, God chose her to take over Turning Point. In other words, that means God chose Charlie Kirk to die also, if that's the case. Because what the hell? So watch this.
Staff meeting because Charlie had to fly back to Palm Beach with the president. And it's crazy to look back and you just kind of see the Lord kind of knitting his own beautiful image that sometimes we just don't always see.
Knitting his own beautiful image. Well, in order for her to be up there, something else has to happen. So did he knit that image also? What are you talking about, Mikey McCoy?
But we're blessed to be here for the second staff meeting at AmFest with you.
Okay, so that video shows Erica Kirk standing on a coffee table on a pedestal. She's prepping for her first time leading AmFest. Now, Mikey McCoy recalls a time previous to that when Charlie was unavailable for AmFest. I guess he was traveling with the president, and Erica stood in for him then. And shockingly, Mikey takes this moment not to reminisce about Charlie's legacy, but to insinuate instead that Charlie being assassinated was all part of God's plan to usher in the coming of Erica Kirk, and everyone in the room is just all smiles. I mean, do you see anything different?
No, Stu. They're happy as can be. Even another video that's out there is the Lacey Nagel, the Turning Point director. Happy as can be, drunk at an event, showing
sloppy
off
drunk, embarrassingly, shockingly drunk.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't he say it so amazingly? The amazing. Oh my God, the amazing Mikey McCoy.
My friend was embarrassed, and you can tell by the young guys behind her. I mean, they were very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
This is the behavior, just like what you saw with Mikey McCoy and Erica on the pedestal. I don't even want to call it a coffee table because it's a pedestal for her. And then
the only thing missing were the palm leaves to fan her and the grapes to feed her.
Right.
And the people to wash her feet.
Yep. And this is the behavior. This is the behavior that's been going on post-September.
And shout out to Stu Peterson. He's on X and Rumble.
September 10th.
In my opinion, Trump was put into the White House to persuade conservatives to go along.
So now we're going to talk about a couple other things. We're going to get back to Erica Kirk. But just in case you're wondering why Turning Point USA funded J6, why did J6 happen in the first place? Why did they need, whoever they is, why did they need Donald Trump to win so badly? Well, we are about to go into a new realm, and I'm not going to lie, I don't think there's anything we can do about it. Some of you may not realize that we are almost the only country left on the planet that allows their citizens to have firearms. Now, I don't know if that's 100% true, but I'll say one of the only only countries left that allow their citizens to have firearms. So that's one part of it. And the other part of it is about AI, all these flock cameras all over the place, and of course, ICE. See, ICE is here to take over you. They're not here to get rid of anybody. They're here to start a narrative. See, you got ICE and you got police, right? ICE is running around, throwing people around and slinging people around and beating people up and unaliving people. They're doing this on purpose in order to get you accustomed to them doing this. And then what's going to happen is the actual police are going to be viewed as better than ICE. So what they literally have done to you is gave you what the police could be doing if they wanted to. So now you have ICE doing all this crazy stuff. The police, are they doing this? No, but it's meant to desensitize you to make you think, whew, as long as we don't have the ICE people, I could deal with the police. And next thing you know, the police is going to start doing this to us. And you're going to be so desensitized to it where it's going to be normal and you're not even going to be protesting anymore. Yes, they're ushering in a police state agenda. That's literally what is going to happen. So the first thing is the flock cameras. It's the cameras everywhere, even your own Ring camera. Some of y'all don't know that your Ring camera is connected to the flock cameras. So whenever anything happens to you or to somebody else, your Ring camera is going to be part of the investigation if something happens in front of your house. If a car just rides in front of your house, they can access your Ring camera. So your Ring camera is a part of all of this. See, the police state is not just about police. It's about surveillance. It's about control. And that's the reason why I'm starting to despise Charlie Kirk. I'm not going to say hate, but I'm starting to despise Charlie Kirk because all of this shit is his fault. Yes, I admit that I thought that the person going up against Donald Trump was incoherent and something was wrong with her. Like, put a 1 in the chat if you can agree that something was inherently wrong with Kamala Harris. Put a 1 in the chat if you can admit that something was inherently wrong or off with Kamala Harris. She was incoherent. Like, something was like she has autism. Something was wrong with this woman. So they pitted this, in my opinion, weird, stupid woman up against Donald Trump in order for Donald Trump to win. Because if they would have put anybody up against Donald Trump that wasn't these two buffoons, which is Biden and Kamala, they would have won. But they put this person, because I don't really want to go off on Kamala because she's out the way. Nobody cares about Kamala nowhere. She's an Uber driver. Nobody cares, right? But they put this incoherent person up against Donald Trump. And then the person that literally got Donald Trump elected, as you can see with all this stuff with J6, they spent all this money to fix the election. And some of this allegedly has something to do with ballot harvesting. I have information on that. So Charlie Kirk is the single-handedly the person that literally got Donald Trump elected. But somebody stuck goofy ass, incoherent ass Kamala Harris in our faces. And this is stupid. I'm sorry. I just think she's stupid. I'm sorry. And this ain't about women. I just personally think she was stupid herself. She is the one who literally put Meg Thee Stallion on the stage and she literally starts twerking. Like, it's one thing about having Nicki Minaj out there like, hey, how y'all doing? And da-da-da. I'm so grateful we're going to get this woman elected. That's one thing. But this woman literally had Meg Thee Stallion twerking. I'm up here like, yo, what the hell is going on? Why is this woman twerking? She had a blue pantsuit on, twerking in front of old people. I'm like, is this woman dumb? So I'm sorry, it's not about women, it's about Kamala Harris. I always thought Kamala Harris was like, something was like mentally wrong with her. But they pit her against Donald Trump for everybody to actually pick Donald Trump, because who the hell is going to vote for this mentally ill woman? But I say all that to say this. It's in order to usher in the police state agenda. It was all planned.
Behavior that's been going on post September 10th.
In my opinion, Trump was put into the White House to.
And I just want to say this. Sis, you should have been a detective. She says she voted for Kamala. I'm not mad at anybody who voted for Kamala, because look at what we're dealing with now. I think it would have been worse with Kamala, or a different type of worse, because I think, she's mentally ill, but it would have been bad with Kamala either. I mean, also, like, can you imagine her incoherent ass, like, out there with other countries trying to negotiate something? She doesn't she don't even know how to talk. So that would have been a different can of worms. But I'm not mad at anybody who voted for Kamala. It's okay. Because looking at Trump, I understand why you voted for her. But it is what it is. So I'm not mad at anybody that voted for her.
To persuade conservatives to go along with the control grid. And what you need to.
The control grid. That's the thing I want y'all to understand. There's a control grid.
In my opinion, Trump was put into the White House to persuade conservatives to go along with the control grid. Mm-hmm. And what you need to understand is, if you look at all the factions operating in Washington, there is nobody on our side. Nobody. They are all trying to implement the control grid. And the question is, who's going to control it and who's going to make money on it? So is Trump our friend? Absolutely not. And if you look at the extraordinary effort that the administration has made to build the control grid, the local hardware and software infrastructure, billions of dollars. So let me step and talk about the local infrastructure.
Please
and then come back to this side, Andy. Let me explain what AI is really good at. So there's a lot of crazy, magical, stupid thinking on AI. But one of the things I will say about AI, it's absolutely superb at implementing or tracking things that can be expressed mathematically. So its ability to collect and process huge amounts of data, like surveillance data, where you're trying to implement spatial control or financial control, it's absolutely fantastic at. Okay. And if you look at all the data centers we're building all over the country, they are there for control. That's what they do. They're not there to make businesses. I always laugh when the guys say, oh, we poured all this money into AI and it's not making companies more productive. Well, of course, it's not meant to make companies more productive. It's meant to make sure that the leadership has complete control, spatial control, and financial control. I just noted Congressman.
So, like, right now, they're presently using AI to make it look like that guy who just got unalived by ICE was running around harassing ICE. They use AI to make it look like he's doing some other stuff that he wasn't doing. So yeah, AI is meant to show weird proof or lie about people and say, hey, this is the reason why we unalived him. Look at him. It's not even him, it's AI.
Massey.
Make sure to hit the like button. Everybody watching who has not hit the like button, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the like button.
Is now fighting to kill the switch in your car, kill the car switch. So they've got new items in the car that your car can be turned off, remotely. And so he's trying to kill the kill switch. But that gets back to spatial control. And if everybody's an electric car and you could kill the switch, there you go. You've got total control of movements.
See, I've never been one of the people who's like, oh, I'm going to go buy an electric car. Are you crazy? And for the people who went out and bought electric cars, I feel sorry for you, because you fell for the joke or the lie. See, one thing I'm never going to do is anything the government says that I should do. The government said I need to take the stuff. I said, are you dumb? I'm not taking that shit. You're going to lose your job. Bitch, I ain't got no job. So now what? So I didn't fall for that. I didn't fall for, hey, everybody has to go out and buy an electric car. And it's so easy for you to charge up your electric car in your home. We'll set up an I'm like, wait, what? I'm not buying no damn electric car. Then they tried to see, there's a psyop with cars. And y'all let me know if I'm wrong. They started making every car shaped like a box. They made every car shaped like a box. And you're like, yo, why aren't cars stylish anymore? Because they need every car to look the same and operate the same. Because if we start buying these little box looking cars and we no longer care about style, we all would just look the exact same. Your house looks the same as your next door neighbor's house, is painted the same color. Your car looks the same. Everybody is the same. And we all are going to end up being these little robots with no wants and no needs, because the government taught you to just do what they tell you to do and to just assimilate. It's called assimilation. So yeah, to the people who bought electric cars, I feel sorry for you. And you might want to go sit down with a therapist and ask yourself, ask the therapist, why are you so easily persuaded and manipulated by stuff that happens on the TV? Because if you have an electric car, something's wrong. And I'm not saying anything bad about a person that bought an electric car. And you might have bought the electric car because it looks good. But I just want you to stop for a second and ask yourself, why did I buy this shit? Because now they are able to cut your car off whenever they want to. They can't cut my damn car off because I ain't got no electric car. So I just want y'all to think about that. And I'm not saying anything bad for electric car owners, but I just want y'all to at least just go get some therapy and sit down with somebody and ask that person, why did you go out and spend all this money on a damn electric car? Why? Who the hell would buy an electric car? It's the weirdest shit in the world. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But go get some therapy.
And money.
This is 5.5 days after her husband was publicly assassinated.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, look at all the thumbs up. Look how cute that is.
Then this is 5.5 days after her husband was publicly assassinated. And yes, in the background, that is Terrell Farnsworth, the guy who took down the cameras. Yeah, but we are going to see some grief. So I'm going to allow you guys to watch this for 5 minutes.
Had private conversations with him. I want you all to hold on to those. And I want you all to remember those so deeply. I want you to journal about them. I want you to be able to tell your kids about them. I want you to put those in your heart as why you're still here with the Turning Point USA family, because that's what we want. And like I said to our small group, I told the team, I said, Turning Point USA.
And a lot of y'all have seen this before, but I'm playing this for a reason. So keep watching.
Will continue like my husband always wanted. And it'll be bigger than ever. And we're going to honor him by doing that. We're going to stay humble. We're going to work hard because that's what he would want. And we're going to just need to grow. And we're going to keep our eyes fixed on heaven. And, like even Stacey said, he's going to find ways to speak to us. And he's going to speak to you in different ways. Every person's going to be different, but you'll get little.
He's going to find ways to speak to us. All it is just nasty. Like, what she's essentially doing is trying to get her workers to now work their fingers to the bone because Charlie Kirk would have wanted it like that. She's literally manipulating her employees off of her dead husband. She's using her dead husband in order to manipulate her employees to work 80-hour weeks, 1,000 million hour weeks for Charlie Kirk. This shit is crazy. This woman is a sicko.
What he would want. And
What he would want.
we're going to just make it grow. And we're going to keep our eyes fixed on heaven.
Hey, Carmo Janetta, can you stop cussing in the chat, please? Like, YouTube hid your message, but I'm seeing it. Why is you cussing like that? Calm down, ma'am or sir. Like, stop doing all the cussing, because YouTube is just going to erase it.
And, you know, like even Stacey said, he's gonna find ways to speak to us. And he's going to speak to you in different ways. Every person's going to be different, but you'll get little moments where you're like, okay, Charlie, I see you. But he's here, and he's more alive than ever. And he's more alive than ever. He's more alive than ever. And he is, he's going to guide her.
Y'all hear that, right? He's more alive than ever. What do you mean he's more alive than ever?
And he's going to speak to you in different ways. Every person's going to be different, but you'll get little moments where you're like, okay, Charlie, I see you. But he's here. And he's more alive than ever. And he's more alive than ever. He's more alive.
He's more alive than ever? How can you be dead and be more alive than ever? I'm more alive than ever because I'm still alive. I'm sorry, ma'am. You cannot be more alive than ever dead. So no, he's more dead than ever. You are more successful than ever. You are more famous than ever. You are more happy than ever. But he is not more alive than ever. He's probably more in the ground than ever because he done sunk probably a couple more inches down into the soil. And yes, but this is all manipulative tactics. What she learned from the military, possibly. He's more alive than ever. What kind of mess is that?
Than ever. And he is, he's going to guide us. I will fight like hell to make sure that all of you have a job here. I don't want anyone to think their job's in jeopardy.
Yeah, she does look extremely swollen. Like she has some type of inflammation. She looks like she has facial inflammation, like for real, for real. She looks crazy. Shout out to ARWENPERP. I can't really pronounce that, but are we per? Oh no. Shout out to you for becoming a member. Shout out to you also. There's no tears. Oh yeah, there's never been any tears. Also, when she says 100 mil, a man's voice corrects her. No, that's not Charlie Kirk. That's Terrell Farnsworth is in the background. Candace said that. So no, that's not Charlie Kirk in the background. It's Terrell Farnsworth, the camera guy, the guy that was taking down the SD cards. He's good friends of hers.
Because your family, if you choose to leave, that's different.
Now, right here, this is the reason why I wanted to show y'all here. She tells her flock, because you're family, and if you choose to leave, you can leave, but I will never, she said never about 4 times, I will never fire you. And then turns around and starts firing every damn body.
I never will, and I promise you, I will make sure that I never allow.
That's the second time. She keeps saying never. Never, 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 ever, 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 ever. Shout out to Marnie. Thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. I appreciate you. Now listen to that. Never, ever, 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 ever fire you.
I don't want anyone to think their job's in jeopardy. Because your family, if you choose to leave, that's different. I never will, and I promise you, I will make sure that I never allow. Never? I never will, and I promise you, I will make sure that I never allow a point to where you have to leave because we cannot financially afford you. That is a promise.
And remember, they just made $250 million since January. No, since December.
I want our family to stay together. That is a promise. I want our family to stay together.
That is a promise.
That is a promise. I want our family to stay together. The best I can. Obviously, circumstances, things there's unforeseen things that might pop up here and there that we can't see in the future. But for right now, the way things are, I would like to remain if they are status quo. And I think that's the best thing to do. And everything else we can worry about later. But I just want to let you know that you guys are all very loved. I'm very proud of you. Like Charlie would be, I think Charlie.
There we go. I think Charlie is going to be proud of all of your hard work. So continue to work 80 hours a week. And if we fire you, it was because of what Charlie wanted. If you get fired, I said you will never get fired. But if Charlie tells me to fire you, I have to listen to Charlie because it's what Charlie wanted. So I don't want to fire you. Charlie wants to fire you. It's all Charlie's fault. He spoke to me in a dream and said, fire 12 of you. So I just came in and just started firing all y'all. But it's what Charlie wanted
to do. And everything else we can worry about later. But I just want to let you know that you guys.
And I just want to say this because everybody in the chat is saying her face is chubby. She looks ugly. Where's the rest of her wig? Her teeth are like this. Well, this is what happens to us as men. We see women glammed up with all the makeup on, with all the wigs and extensions, and they look just amazing when we meet them. And then when we take them home and start dating them, they end up looking like this. So welcome to our world, ladies. So for anybody who's just like, yo, what's going on with her face? This is the typical life of a man. This is what happens. You end up looking glamorous and amazing for like a good 12 days. But once she gets used to you and she's comfortable around you, this is what you end up with. Sorry. So I ain't said nothing about Erica Kirk's face, her little teeth, because this is how she really looks. But who's like, this is what we're used to. Fellas, am I wrong? We love y'all, but y'all be lying. We love you, ladies, but y'all are liars. It's not just Erica. Y'all be doing the same thing. Oh, fellas, put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, she got this big ass pig face, but this is who she is when she takes all the makeup off. Fellas, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with what I'm saying, how this is literally just our lives after we done committed to this woman and we like her and we want to see her for the rest of our lives. She starts wiping off all this shit. She starts pulling all this shit off of her. And next thing you know, she plucks her eyebrows. And next thing you know, the next time you see her, she looks like this. And you are like, what is happening? Like, I want y'all to think about something. What is missing here? What is the main thing that is missing that everybody knows Erica Kirk for? I'm going to show it again. I'm going to get up and just walk off and come back. What is missing from Erica Kirk that she is known the most for? I'm just going to walk away and come back. What is missing here, y'all? Can anybody tell me what is missing here? Huh? No, what is missing? Her little weird ass eyes. Apparently she wears contacts. Look at her black eyes. Her eyes usually look like they're, yeah. Let me show you how her eyes usually look. Her eyes. This is how Erica Kirk's usually looks.
Plan is, no one can stop me.
This is Erica usually right here. And this is not Erica. This is a woman making jokes like Erica. But this is usually how Erica shows up on camera.
And the best part of this plan is, no one can stop me.
So why does she have these black ass eyes now? And y'all talk about the lighting. No.
She's gonna guide us.
See, she's looking up. She has black ass eyes.
I will fight like hell to make sure that all of you have a job here. I don't want.
And it's okay. She probably wears contacts, you know what I'm saying? But it's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is this is what we men have to deal with. When we see y'all walking around the house, y'all take out the contacts, y'all take off the eyebrows, y'all take off the eyelashes, y'all take off the makeup, y'all take off the hair, y'all take off the girdle or waist trainer. And then now and then when y'all go back out in the world, y'all put all that stuff back on. But when y'all get around the man that y'all love and want to be with, we got to deal with the worst part of you, while the rest of the world can deal with the best part of you. But the man that you say you want to be with has to deal with the actual thing that nobody else sees.
Anyone to think their job's in jeopardy? Because your family, if you want to...
The lines in her face. Y'all keep talking about her lines and all this stuff. Makeup hides the lines. This is what Charlie Kirk has to deal with. But when she goes on stage at America Fest, you don't sit. I want to be a damn person in the audience. Why do I have to get this and America Fest gets that? Like, what the hell? I'm just saying, let's move on. But I'm letting every woman in the chat know that I'm not going to let y'all talk bad about Erica Kirk, because y'all do the same damn thing to y'all selves. Okay? So y'all are going to get off of Erica Kirk because y'all do the exact same thing. Y'all look totally different out in the world, and then y'all come home and y'all be looking like this with us. Asking us, why don't you love me? What if I was a worm? Would you still love me? If you know what I'm saying? Asking us all these goofy questions and stuff, and we're looking at you like this. So, ladies, y'all all do this. So get off of Erica Kirk. Leave Erica Kirk alone. I would say 90% of y'all do this. Not all y'all.
I think he's more alive than ever. He's more alive than ever. He's more alive than ever. And he is, he's going to guide us. I will fight like hell to make sure that all of you have a job here. I don't want anyone to think that.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all keep saying nothing wrong with her eyes. This is not the Erica Kirk that we know of. When she turned around and said, stop, this was not her right here. Look at these dark ass eyes. See, this is who she really is.
jobs in jeopardy because your family, if you choose to leave, that's different. I never will, and I promise you, I will make sure that I never will, and I promise you, I will make sure that I never allow a point to where you have to leave because we cannot financially afford you. That is a promise.
And they made $250 million in the last 4 months. $250 million in the last 4 months. So they can afford to hire even more people.
I want our family to stay together. That is a promise. I want our family to stay together. That is a promise. I want our family to stay together. The best of care. Obviously, circumstances, things there's unforeseen things that might pop up here and there that we can't see in the future. But for right now, the way things are, I would like to remain if they are status quo. And I think that's the best thing to do. And everything else we can worry about later. But I just want to let you know that you guys are all very loved. I'm very proud of you. Like Charlie would be, I think Charlie's just... I'm trying not to say that he would be, he's obviously celebrating in heaven amongst so many.
He's celebrating in heaven because his wife and all of his friends found a way to unalive him and take over his company. Really? You actually think he's happy? He's looking down on you, dancing? He's dancing? Really? You made $250 million, and that doesn't even include the $50 million that you got from his life insurance policy that is going to this weird shell company. So that's $300 million that you just made off this man's life. And most likely, I don't know, but I can only assume, because I might be wrong, that you're back fucking either Tyler Boyer, that I'm assuming that she was fucking before Charlie Kirk, or Cabot Phillips, that you were fucking before Charlie Kirk, and they both work for Charlie Kirk's company. Killed the man, made money off of him. You got all these people working for you, and they're working their fingers to the bone, and you're saying Charlie Kirk wants you to work your fingers to the bone, and you're probably going back to have sex with the guy that you was already having sex with before you got around Charlie Kirk, who works for Turning Point. Like, how disgusting can you be to hire a man that you were recently fucking? Like, how disgusting of a human can you be?
Things, but he's so proud.
No, Cabot Phillips. She was sleeping with Cabot Phillips months before she got with Charlie Kirk. Cabot Phillips.
Proud of all of you. And he's so proud of all of you for keeping this mission alive. And he knows that you can do it. That's why you're hired. And he knows that you will be able to carry the torch. And he knows that you're going to do a great job. Honestly, the nights are the hardest. Mornings are pretty raw too. But once you're...
Yeah, the pizza guy. The guy with the pizza under his lip. Cabot Phillips. And I got another video about her and Cabot Phillips coming up. Shout out to Sonny. Sonny sent me a picture that blew my mind. I'm going to do another video about that.
But just what I've noticed these past several days is if I didn't have the family, the Turning Point USA's family with me, all of you, I would be a disaster. I mean, I would be in fetal position 24/7.
A few moments later.
I mean, Frank, this is kind of wild.
Now remember, all that shit she was talking. I will never...
Up here and there that we can't... If you choose to leave, that's different. I never will, and I promise you, I will make sure that I never allow the Turning Point USA's family with me. I know, and I know best to be here, and this is kind of the Turning Point USA's family with me. All of you, I would be a disaster. I mean, I would be in fetal position 24/7.
A few moments later.
I mean, Frank, this is kind of wild.
I understand where you're coming from.
I know, and I know best to be here, and so...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really content leaving for the day without further documentation, explanation, anything.
I understand, but it's time to go. We're just gonna say today's the last day, and that's what we operate about.
And there's nothing else y'all are going to offer me or plan to offer me. No, I'll send you an email about off-board instructions. I'm not gonna walk out of here until I say my piece. Like I mean, y'all know this. I just worked a series of 80, 90-hour weeks plus for AmFest.
Yeah,
I've had no direction or explanation since we've come back. Our CEO has been assassinated. I've done nothing but bend over backwards for this organization to the point where I'm wondering if this is a prank.
It's not a prank. I would never do that.
So I'm just trying to understand. And
No, I understand. It's time to.
so do I get to have a conversation with Dylan? Do I get to have a conversation with Justin or anybody? Or
Nope.
no? And there's no explanation as to why I'm going to let go.
Right now, we're leaving all.
You know, and you're going to keep saying a different direction, but I'm just trying to understand how I've met multiple times with my.
We're going a different direction with the team, and I have to ask you to leave now.
You have to ask me to leave the property?
Yes.
It's time for me to go. Why? Like this is the treatment that Turning Point is offering now.
It's time to go.
Frank, this is crazy.
Yeah. I understand where you're coming from.
I don't think you do. This feels very violent. This feels without emotion.
I do understand where you're coming
This feels completely without emotion.
from. I understand where you're coming from, but at this time, I have to ask you back to ask you.
Frank, I'm really not content doing that.
Okay.
Because I know that when I leave there, my credentials not going to get back in, and I'm never going to have the opportunity to speak with somebody at this company as to why I'm being terminated after never having my performance questioned, after never doing anything wrong, after working tirelessly through the death of Charlie. This is wild. And you can, that's completely unsatisfactory. And so I have to go home tonight with no plan, no understanding, asking for clarity multiple weeks in a row. And I'm confused. I sat in your office when that whole GC situation happened. And you said, and I quote, that if you don't get that job, I'm going to personally think that you got screwed over. And now I'm sitting here and I'm getting screwed over in a completely different capacity with no explanation.
Yep, I understand where you're coming from.
And to be telling you guys that you're a family. And I want you to see this because we've spoken about this, the Moonies cult, and these people that are leaving are like, it was just like a cult. Like basically she's saying this, she's calling you a family. She promises them. That's why it's important. You have to hold this to the fire. You're not the CEO. You promise these kids that if they are going to work harder, you're in this family, your jobs are safe. Actually, that's what makes her cry. Saying your jobs are, that's when she breaks, right? When she says, it's so important to know your jobs are good. Like I feel emotionally attached to you guys working for me. And then you attach that to what we showed you of a young woman who, like I said, on everything, she never leaked anything. She never spoke to me, nothing, gets fired. And for asking a simple question, like literally, why am I fired? We've been working like 25 hours, just get out. There's security there. That's it. We're moving in a different direction. That is not okay.
This shit is crazy. And I got another video of somebody else getting fired. Instead of me sending it to my computer, I'll just play a little bit of this for those who didn't hear it.
He's accusing you of being the leak to Candace Owens. That's what he's doing. Because obviously,
Oh, I do have this. I just remember it. I know where it is now. Where is it? Here it is right here. I got it. Everybody hit the like button.
He's accusing you of being the leak to Candace Owens. That's what he's doing. Because obviously,
All right. So this is another ex-employee, and shout out to Diligent Denizens for having this show on X. Listen to this.
he's accusing you of being the leak to Candace Owens. That's what he's doing. Because obviously, somebody within the organization is leaking information to Candace Owens. He's blaming you.
Like that. I thought that was kind of disgusting. But they justify it as that's what Charlie would want. Like, that's how they justified the work ethic and just continuing to push through, getting coalition signups, getting voter registration. We had volunteers.
They had you guys registering voters at Charlie's Memorial?
Yes.
They had you guys registering voters at Charlie's Memorial?
Yes.
What? Wait, they were registering voters at Charlie Kirk's memorial. So remember when they had this crazy WWE looking memorial situation where they had 277,000 people that they were geofencing.
What if I told you that at Charlie Kirk's memorial, every single person there might have had their phone geofenced, meaning their phone was tracked on September 18th, 3 days before the memorial, official government filings.
Shout out to my girl, Rachel. Shout out to Rachel.
Showed that the country we're not supposed to talk about wired money to a company called Show Faith by Works. That same filing says the company signed a $4 million contract with that country we're not supposed to talk about, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to run what they call a Christian church geofencing campaign. Here's what that means. Invisible GPS fences are drawn around churches and Christian colleges in states like Arizona, California, Nevada, Colorado. So basically, when your phone enters those zones, it can be tagged and then later hit with targeted ads or messages. Tens of thousands of Christians filled a stadium in Arizona for the Charlie Kirk Memorial, right? The first payment of roughly, I guess, $326,000 had already been made to launch the geofencing project. That's a fact. The filings talk about reaching believers with the country we're not supposed to name, influencers, emailing pastors, contacting people. So you got to ask yourself, when faith gatherings draw huge crowds, who's building the geofences around there? Who's collecting the data? And what are they doing with it? Because in 2025, your faith and your phone might both be on record.
And selling t-shirts. And now we also know that they were registering voters. They didn't give a damn. And that's sad. Hold on one second. Quick commercial break.
Of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
Everybody, share this in all your group chats because this is brand new information. So make sure to follow Diligent Denizen on X.
That's wild.
Yeah, I thought that was disgusting, and I just remember thinking, I just kept getting more and more discouraged, and I was exhausted.
At this point, who is kind of like taking the front-facing position as far as leadership at TPUSA or Turning Point Action, right? Like, it remained Tyler Boyer, I imagine, for Turning Point Action, who you work for, but who's really visible now? Is it Erica? Is it Andrew Colvett? Is it Tyler Boyer? Who's like perceived as in charge, according to the, from your experience as a worker, or maybe like the chatter you had heard working for the organization?
Honestly, Erica, like Andrew Kovacs, he's pretty much like by her side, but no, she transitioned very fast to I think it was 8 days she was appointed CEO after he passed away. And yeah, she became the face really quick.
How so?
Well, Charlie was all for First Amendment rights, and he welcomed opposition. Well, that's no longer the case there. They do not welcome opposition. They do not welcome other views. Literally, if you don't go with the current narrative, you are referred to as mentally ill. But when this all really started was October 1st. So on October 1st, I made a post on X, and it had nothing to do with Turning Point. We were encouraged by leadership. We don't just want to see posts about what you do with the organization. We want to hear your opinions too, but that was before Charlie's death. And I made a post about that Ukrainian refugee, the girl that got stabbed on the subway, because I was really upset about it. And I happened to tag the wrong individual in that post. And this individual, I'm going to just refer to them as a third party. The organization didn't really have an issue with this person until Charlie passed away, because this person started posting their opinion of Turning Point after Charlie's death, and they were entertaining other theories and reposting Candace Owens and stuff like that. I was introduced to this individual. That's what you do, is you network and you work with other people in politics. And the organization introduced me to this individual, and they worked for us at one point. And I was introduced to him to do a project together, and then we became political acquaintances. Well, I get a phone call maybe 30 minutes after I made that post, maybe even less than 30 minutes.
This is, you said October 1st?
Yes, this happened. So yeah, he was assassinated September 10th, and this was October 1st.
So 3 weeks later.
3 weeks later.
So you make a post and you tag this individual that you met through Turning Point Action.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
I have new mother-daughter card games. I sold out around Christmas time. I have so many people asking me, when am I going to have more card games in? They will be in around the 5th. So probably another 10-15 days. So make sure to get your card games now. The link is in the chat. I have a limited amount. I only ordered 1,000 and they will go fast. So make sure to get your mother-daughter card games before they sell out again. So make sure to get your mother-daughter card game if you have daughters, or if you're a woman that has a mother and y'all don't necessarily get along the best.
Hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, so what's the deal with this individual? Like, what's your relationship with him? And I was like, He's in other Republican organizations. He worked for us. And he's like, but why did you tag him in a post? I said, I tag all kinds of people in posts. You all want us to boost our followers and stuff. So I just tag people, you know, to kind of get stuff out there. And he's just like, are you friends with this person? He's like, he was getting angrier. And he's like, I'm just trying to figure out why you tag this person, what you know about them. And he's like, because this person is saying bad things on social media about Turning Point and reposting Candace Owens stuff. And I was like, well, I mean, I know he has a different opinion, but I thought that
So this is another person that got fired. And it's one thing about getting fired is how they're treating these people while they're getting fired. They're getting yelled at. They're getting just kicked out. There's no empathy, no nothing.
welcomed opposition. I was like, that's what Charlie spoke about. That's the whole point, is he invited people, you know, with different opinions to come talk about it. And he got mad and he was like, not when it's destroying Charlie's legacy. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, well, I can delete him off social media. He's like, I think that would.
And yes, I do have a father. I'm going to have more parenting type of card games, family card games coming out. So yes, I have like 4 card games that are in, I would say, in production. So yes, I have more card games coming out.
Be a good idea. And I said, I mean, it's not worth it. I mean, it's not like we're best friends, you know, we're just political acquaintances and professional, just had a professional relationship. And so I proceeded to delete him off all my social media and stop following him. And he told me he was going to have to take disciplinary action. He was like, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to write you up for this.
The content that you tagged him in, was it something against Turning Point? Was it about Candace Owens?
No, it was about the Ukrainian refugee that was stabbed.
So it had nothing to do with Turning Point, had nothing to do with Candace Owens or the official narrative at all?
No, it's just because I tagged that individual.
Thank you for the super chat, super chat, super chat. Thank you for the cash app. Cash app, cash app, cash app. Thank you for the cash app.
Shout out to As Life. I'm assuming that's Arizona Life. Let me know if I'm wrong. Shout out to As Life K21. Love you, Mr. Let Go. Keep fighting the good fight. Thank you so much for your support. Says then.
Conference room. Shut the door. A conference room I'm very familiar with. And they shut the door and I said, who are you? I've never seen you before. And of course he got offended. I later on found out it was Frank Carney. If you look him up, it's some sort of title and it says that he like oversees legal functions of Turning Point. And
so you didn't know that at the time?
No, because I asked who he was and he got offended that I didn't know who he was. And he's like, I'm on staff here. And he's like, I'm blah, blah, blah with the legal team. And I was like, okay. And then there was a woman with a laptop and she wouldn't say a word. I think she was just typing, you know, notes, or if I said something, taking notes. So she didn't say a word. She had a laptop. Frank had a pad of paper and a pen. And he took my phone and he made me put my phone in a drawer because he didn't want me to have my phone on me.
So they call you out of the class. Where do they walk you through? Like an office?
Yeah, they walked me through headquarters, like from one side of the building to the other where this conference room was.
And so they take you into this conference room and he takes your phone?
Yeah, he takes my phone and he puts it in a drawer. And I said, why? He said, just because. So they didn't want my phone on me. I'm sure they were recording me, but they didn't
want you recording the conversation. That's super revealing. How did that make you feel? Like at this point, how are you feeling? Are you like, what the hell's going on? Did you understand? Were you expecting it? Like, how did this all make you feel?
I mean, obviously, you know, my stomach, like I had a feeling because, you know, they kept harassing me about this third party individual that was posting stuff. And I had a feeling this is what it had to do, you know, and they like to catch people off guard and, you know, like I said, scare them and interrogate them and stuff. So I had about like 45 seconds walking from one end of the building to the other to kind of like mentally prepare myself for this, you know.
I just want to say this. There's no way in hell my supervisor is going to take my phone from me. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell my supervisor is going to say, give me your phone. I'm going to say, kiss my ass. There's no way in hell you're going to turn around and say, give me your phone. No. What the hell are you talking about? Well, you're fired. Well, I don't care. Kiss my ass. I'm not going to no damn office and you're going to take my damn phone. Who the hell are you?
My phone, and he put it in a drawer. And then he was basically like, we know.
The whole Law and Order thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Law and Order.
They were recording me, but they didn't
want you recording the conversation. That's super revealing. How did that make you feel? Like at this point, how are you feeling? Are you like, what the hell's going on? Did you understand? Were you expecting it? Like, how did this all make you feel?
I mean, obviously, you know, obviously my stomach, like I had a feeling because, you know, they kept harassing me about this third party individual that was posting stuff. And I had a feeling this is what it had to do, you know, and they like to catch people off guard and, you know, like I said, scare them and interrogate them and stuff. So I had about like 45 seconds walking from one end of the building to the other to kind of like mentally prepare myself for this, you know. I was kind of like, all right, I'll play your game.
And so he's like trying to intimidate you. And is he asking you questions? Is he making accusations? What is he saying?
Yeah, yes, he's just like, we know that you talked to Candace's producer. We know. And I'm just like, he's like, let me ask you a question.
What if she did talk to Candace's producer? That's none of your damn business. I could do what the hell I want to do off work. I could talk to anybody. So as you can see right here, they are trying to find the mole in Turning Point USA, and they're running around firing everybody.
Have you talked to a journalist, a reporter, or a producer about Turning Point? And I was like, I don't talk to reporters or you know, I don't talk to reporters or media or press or anything. I said, we're not allowed to. He's like, what about producers? And I was like, no. Like, I don't know. He's like, well, we have your text messages. It's all over the internet right now. You know that? It's all over the internet what you did. And I'm like, what? And he's like, the disgusting things that you said. He basically called me disgusting. He's like, the disgusting things that you said about Erica and the pictures you sent. And he's like, yeah, we know all about it.
So this is a good conversation right here. Hold on. No, you can't talk to anyone you want off duty. You have to sign an NDA if you even work there. I don't think she signed an NDA though, because she wouldn't be on this space with Diligent if she signed an NDA. Not one time does she bring up NDA. But one, wouldn't they be talking about the NDA in this conversation? And two, why would they be on Spaces if she signed an NDA?
So he blames you for sharing information. So he's accusing you of being the leak to Candace Owens. That's what he's doing. Because obviously,
what's up, Stephanie? I see you in the chat.
You know, somebody within the organization is leaking information to Candace Owens. He's blaming you, and up to this point, it was not true, correct?
Right. And you know, he told me he had no evidence to present.
Did you ask him for proof? Did you ask him why they like? What was your reaction? How did you answer? You said no, and then what?
Yeah, I had he was just like, you sure about that? He's like, any statements you want to make? He's like, because this is your last chance. He threatened me. He was like, this is your last chance to make a statement. And I was like, am I under oath? What the heck? And he's like, he kept saying, this is your last chance. And he was accusing me of some pretty deep stuff, you know? And I finally told him, I was like, I'm not making any statements without legal representation. And he kept pressing me even after that. Like, you're not supposed to push people after that point. Which, by the way, I fact-checked this. He's not even licensed to practice in the state of Arizona.
So you say you're not going to answer anything without an attorney because it gets to that point.
Yeah,
they made allegations against you for leaking to Candace Owens. You have denied it. They don't provide any evidence of, but they still continue to accuse and allege that you are leaking to Candace Owens. You finally say, I'm not saying anything else without an attorney. What happens then?
He keeps pressing me for information, and he's like, you don't have a guilty conscience, and he claims there were these text messages on social media, and he claims that he knew without a shadow of doubt they were mine. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I was just dumbfounded. I was like, and he was like, yeah, we know. He's like, you know that little picture of you, you know my profile picture on X? He's like, yeah, we saw that little picture of you and Charlie in a field somewhere. And I was like, why would my X profile picture be on my text messages?
So she's talking about this picture right here with Charlie Kirk on some type of farm.
You could tell that, like, he'd gotten this information.
They were grasping at straws?
Oh, they were trying to incriminate me hardcore. He was yelling. He was red in the face. He had spit coming out of his mouth. And
it sounds like they didn't really know, but they were just trying to flush it out. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like they would have shown you. Did they show you anything at all?
No, nothing. That's what I was waiting for. I'm like, okay, where's this juicy tea?
Okay, what does an NDA have to do with who you choose to talk to? You can talk to anyone you want, even with an NDA. Well, there's certain rules in the NDA that says you can't talk to someone about A, B, and C. So there's verbiage in the NDA that would tell you what you can and cannot do.
Let me know. Report it to me. And report you out. I told him about 5.
You know.
It was secondhand. Like, someone had relayed this information to him, said that they saw this on social media or something, and he didn't know what he was talking about. And I knew when he pointed out my ex profile picture on my text messages, I knew at that point I was like, oh, yeah, I'm done. You all are lying about this because that's not the picture on my text messages, you know?
Yeah, who does that? Come on, who does that? So did he fire you there? Did they send you home? What happened after that?
Yeah, so I told him about 5 times that I wasn't going to make any statements unless I had legal representation. So he finally gave up, and he said, you have to leave the building. And he's like, do you have any property or anything of Turning Points that you need to return? I said, yes. He's like, well, get it returned to them, but you're going to have to leave the building, and we're going to escort you out. And I said, okay. So I went back to the training room in front of everybody again. And they escorted him and that woman escorted me to the training room. I gathered the rest of my stuff and I just walked out. And they didn't tell me anything. I was like, am I terminated? Like, they didn't tell me anything. They just walked me to the door frame, and then I walked the rest of the way to my car in the parking lot. And I went home, and about an hour later, I get a termination confirmation email. And it says I was terminated, but it won't say why. USA happened afterward. And by the way,
And they don't have to say why because they're in Arizona.
my supervisor, my director told my coworkers that they are not permitted to talk to me. Do not reach out to me. Do not talk to me. Social media. And he said, if Kelvia reaches out to you, let me know. Report it to me.
That's crazy. That's crazy. The level of surveillance, right, over who you tag in your social media posts, your interactions, who can or can't talk to you. You're not media, right? These are people that you worked with for over a year. I had to guess. I think they would probably trying to set an example for other people in the organization, right? That's why you would publicly do something like that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I'm going to be honest with you, though. A part of me is relieved. Like, I felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders once I was let go.
So that is the audio. And like I said, make sure to follow this guy right here, Diligent Denizen. So that's all I got now. I got another video that I'm going to do probably later on this evening about something that somebody sent me. Shout out to Sunny, if she's still in the chat. Shout out to you, about Cabot Phillips and Erica Kirk. And that is going to be a very, very, very interesting video when I put everything together. So everybody drop the rabbit hole emojis in the chat. Everybody drop rabbit hole emojis in the chat and hit the like button. A lot of y'all have not, well, some of y'all have not hit the like button. And to the people who have hit the like button, thank you. I appreciate you. So let's see. I can never find. Here we go. I'm gonna play this song. I ain't played this song in a minute.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, looking for the clues. Hit the like button if you part of the crew. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, looking for the clues. Hit the like button if you part of the crew. Yeah, black or white, red or blue. We all stuck together like gorilla super glue. Yo, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, looking for the clues. Hit the like button if you part of the crew. Hit the like button and tell me where you from. Hit the like button and tell me where you from. Hit the like button and tell me where you from. Hit the like button. Hit the like button and tell me where you from. Hit the like button and tell me where you from. Hit the like button and tell me where you from. Hit the like button if you part of the crew. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, looking for the clues. Hit the like button if you part of the crew. Yo, black or white, red or blue. Yo, we all stuck together like gorilla super glue. Oh.
Evil scumbag. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit.
As we all know, Candace Owens is spinning a lot of suggestion. We can't keep spinning conspiracy theories without evidence. People are going to get hurt. People are going to get hurt. People are going to get hurt.
Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? If you got something to say, tell it to her face. If you got something to say, tell it to her face. All of this is fake and gay, and you know it. I got all the evidence. I'm about to show it. You projecting all your guilt out on us and Candace. We just trying to solve the case. I don't understand it. A thing's not turning out
See, look at them eyes. Wait. See, those are not the same eyes. Do you see them eyes? Those are not the same eyes.
Language. I see all the threats that you keep sending me, but underneath the jail is where you finna be. Your band of crooked pastors in the pulpit. Every time you speak, all I hear is bullshit. Tell the truth about Charlie Kirk instead of telling me to stop. All I wanna know is which guy took the shot. I need an answer to a question only you would know. Was Charlie Kirk's life a reenactment of the Truman Show? Truman Show. 100,000 of us on your head tie. Please stop trying to feed us all this fed slide. Your grieving widow book tour, we ain't listening to it.
Look at them eyes. Look at them eyes. Those are not the same eyes as when she was in that Zoom call video.
And free Tyler Robinson, cause you know he didn't do it. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody